The Dutch East Indies. Transport is a much sought-after service. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work. Build a route from a thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory where the coffee fruit is husked. A depot is needed. Purchase a complete train, including locomotive and freight cars. The coffee fruit can now be brought from the plantations on its way to further processing. What a superb railway! It provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, specially built stations are called for, so that the first-rate coffee makes it into town undamaged. If need be, stations that can be guarded against plundering hordes. Ready to go. Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local seaport anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way. The factory now finds itself in a laudable position by sending processed coffee into town. To experience considerable growth, its products have to reach a clientele with money to spend. Oh no! Several locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile, certain signs are feeding horrible rumors about the indigenous tribe's diet. Thanks to your reliable deliveries, the factory is working far above par, although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee. You should weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume, because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent. One train isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a second train can use the line. The correct way to drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you. Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals. The trains should wait for each other on the passing siding. This requires placing signals. Good news! The locomotive engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages, he was having the time of his... If the plant is to be used to its fullest capacity, another complete train is needed. Wherever coffee production thrives, business and prosperity. Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in eastern Java. The railroad has been completed. Curiosity runs high. Time will tell if passenger transportation really is a venture that's worthwhile. A formidable. Build a prestigious residence that is unrivaled in the whole island. A truly attractive estate, but a veritable plague is spoiling all the fun. Snakes have occupied the building. Rumour has it that a wise old woman knows how you can rid yourself of the snakes in your walls. She's supposed to. The old woman says she doesn't know a thing, but you should try your luck with her cousin in Semarang, who has a knack for the art of snake charming. The snake charmer declared that you've probably angered the mighty snake goddess with your projects. The snake priestess of Mount Merapi is the only one who could remedy the situation. The priestess has spoken. The only way she is willing to call off her children is if you make a sacrifice to the great snake goddess. Coffee, the priestess prophesied, will be the sure thing to appease the goddess. Uh-oh, it's wrong. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure if it's not supposed to be buried under ashes and lava. To enable coffee production to continue making progress in future, the route ought to be relocated to an area where it can be assumed that the expected eruptions will leave it intact. Danger has been averted. Transport can be resumed. What's more, the volcano is showing signs of calming down again. Despite that, maybe relocating the route was still a wise move. The fertile island, the sugar must be transported to town. From there it is shipped and then served when continental Europeans get together for coffee. What a godsend!